guys, Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a big old ship with me haul. We had a pretty busy weekend, which is great. I hope you're all picking back up after that holiday weekend. I feel like we all kind of had a dip. Hopefully we're all on an upward trajectory. Lots of cool things that came in this weekend, a pretty cool vintage piece, lots of bundles. And I have a tip about bundles that I will share with you kind of at the appropriate time, but stay tuned for that because it seems to be working pretty dang well for me. But if you are new here, first and foremost, welcome. I am Julia. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you are into, go ahead and hit subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, I mean, it's Monday. I'm running a little bit late, a little bit less late than usual, but still pretty late, and I have an intensive with one of my clients this afternoon. So as always, in a time crunch. So lots to get through. Go grab yourself a snack, go grab yourself a drink, sit back, relax, and let's get into the shipments. All right, so the first one up here is, and I wanted to get this in a bag as soon as possible because I have makeup on my face. This is actually something from my own closet. This is a pair of like wide culotte pants from COS. COS, this is the label you're looking for here. Hopefully you can see that. COS is one of my favorite brands to own. I just really identify with their minimalist and high quality items. The funny thing is COS is owned by the H&M Corporation, so they're under the same umbrella as H&M and Arket in the UK. But this COS used to be a UK only brand. And yes, I want to get this in because I'm wearing makeup, and there's a reason that I have a pair of white pants that I'm selling, because I don't wear them because I'm messy. And I'm wearing a white shirt today, so let's see how this goes. But COS used to be a UK-based brand, and I used to order stuff in from there, and before they shipped to the US, I would ship things to a friend of mine that kind of splits his time between the UK and the US, and I would just have him hold them until he came back over. But their stuff is really beautiful. It's definitely higher priced than H&M, but I gotta tell you, the quality is superb. So if that is the way you like to dress, if that's the way you like to shop, if you're a minimalist in terms of fashion and you want to buy high quality but things that, you know, will last, especially if you want a little bit of like the minimalism with a twist, that's kind of what COS does best. It's definitely a place that is worth your investment. They do sell a little bit on the higher end on resale, which is, you know, why I love to find them in the bins. I find them every once in a while, but not super commonly. Their stuff is worth what they charge. It's not like crazy overpriced, like, you know, something from Saks or whatever. So I had these listed for $60, and I had them listed for just over a month, and I got an offer for $50. And that brought my profit to $39 even. So I'm very happy. I've had these for about a year, and I really only wore them once. So I'm happy that they are going on and gonna get some more wear because I'm a messy girl and white pants are just a dangerous game to play. Next up, we've got a 3-piece bundle here, and I'll start with this piece. This is a cute little jacket from Velvet Graham & Spencer. And Velvet Graham & Spencer is a pretty expensive brand. I want to say this probably retailed for $200, $250. They were sold at one point, I believe, at Anthropologie, but really like nice quality, nice fabrics, nice kind of construction. Definitely a brand I love to find, especially at the bins, and I do find quite a bit of it. So this was just like a little collarless green twill moto jacket. So that's item 1. Item 2 is this absolutely, and this almost did not leave the closet. This gorgeous little linen top from a brand called Saga. This is Italian linen. I just like the asymmetry of that. See how it's got like the banded bottom on one side and it's got the diagonal seaming. I just thought this was so pretty. So that is piece 2 in the bundle. And then piece 3 was this super cute pair of Tencel joggers from a brand called Fate. And I think Fate is I think that they're a boutique brand, but they probably are a little bit higher end because the finishing on this and the fabrication on this feels really nice. And this is one of those things that photographed worse than it looks because it's got some like artificial fading on it. It looked really extreme in the pictures. It probably looks, yeah, it looks extreme on camera right now. And it's not nearly as extreme as that. So this was a great little bundle, a couple pieces. The fake pants I've had for a while. I want to say I've had those for like 6 months. And the velvet jacket I got kind of in the dead of winter, so it was kind of after the time when, you know, you'd be looking for a light jacket in most of the country. Here, that's really all you need. And the Saga one I think I've had for about a month. So these were all over the place in terms of how long I've had them, but definitely a great bundle. So the bundle price on these, like before the discount, was $100 even. And then with my discount, it came in at $85, and I got an offer for $75, which I did accept. Super happy about that offer, and I will tell you that I'm not that well documented on the other bundles that come through today, so just bear with me. I have a lot of like roundabout numbers. So I got an offer for $75, which I did accept, and each of these had a $1 cost of the bins. I found all 3 of these items at the bins. So that brought my profit to $57.80, and that is a great bundle. I always like to think about like what the retail price is of everything that they bought, and this is probably $300 or so, probably more like $400 worth of clothing. So always happy when a bundle like that comes through. And there's a couple more today, so stay tuned. Next up, we have another bundle, and this was one, and now I picked this up. This is a blazer from Theory, and Theory, this is kind of where they got their start. Their blazers are so nice. This is, I want to say, like the way that this is made and the fabric that this is made with, I think that this is a suit jacket. I'm guessing that this was part of a suit early on, like when it was initially bought. But it's in fabulous condition. It's this beautiful, you know, black, I think this is ultra fine merino. That's kind of what that feels like. So this would have been like a $500 blazer. So that is piece 1. And then the second piece I have is this super cute linen blend sweater from Free People. This sweater, for whatever reason, I've had for a while. Now I had this photographed on the mannequin, and I just don't think it showed really well on the mannequin, just because it's got, you see how it's got like kind of a, like it's kind of belled out, and it just didn't show well. And you know, I bought this before I started doing more stuff just on hangers, because this is something that would have shown really well on a hanger. You know, I was glad to move this guy along. So I had these listed, so the Theory blazer I had listed for probably 2 months. I knew that that would go. It's just such a great basic, and I mean, it's Theory. Like, it's incredible quality. You know, if you are buying a blazer and it's by Theory, it's not gonna be something that makes you sweat like a pig in the middle of the day. If you know, you know. If you've bought cheap blazers and you've worn them where it gets warm, you know what I'm talking about. It's disgusting. As I try all of my blazers, all of the blazers that I wear all the time, I get from this company called The Curated, and they are based out of Australia. Their prices, I mean, I wanna say I pay about $300 for them, but they're very classic. And the lining is mulberry silk, and then the outer shell is ultra-fine merino, and I don't sweat at all in them. Natural fibers, y'all. They're worth the money. They're worth the money on investment pieces. So Theory is kind of in that world. And it's just a nice upgrade. And honestly, she paid less for this on the secondhand market, and it's in fabulous shape, than she would have paid for like a cheapy blazer at Zara. So that's a win-win. So this bundle had a price pre-discount of $90. After the discount, she sent me a counter offer of $70, which I did accept. I kind of considered this, like I've had that Free People sweater in my closet for almost a year, so it's kind of like if she paid full price for the blazer and I threw in the sweater. That's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Either way, $70, a dollar cost for both of these at the bins, and that brought my profit to $54, and I'm super pumped to be getting this out the door, happy to get that older piece out the door, which is so cute. And excited for somebody to get a Theory blazer. Next up, This is something that I grabbed at the end of last summer. I knew it would go, but I knew it was definitely a summer piece. This is a cute little linen blend blazer from J. Jill. White, I mean, it's just as light as can be. It's got that kind of boxy cropped silhouette, which I love. But I did have it for 4 or 5 months, again, through the winter. So not super surprised. But it's otherwise just as cute as could be and just such a great little completer piece for the summer. And it is an extra small. So I'm not, again, not super surprised that it took a little bit of time to sell. So a great little sale here. So I had this listed for $29. Again, J. Jill is one of those brands that retails for quite a bit of money, does not resell for a lot, but it resells reliably. The quality is fabulous. You know, you'll get in the 20s for most of the pieces, but I kind of don't care because they do sell through pretty quickly. And I always feel really good when when I know that I'm selling something that's like super high quality for a great price. Like, I love that. That's what we're doing here, right? This is all about building a more like sustainable fashion ecosystem. So that really plays into this. So this one I had listed for $29. And again, I did have it for 4 or 5 months. And I paid $1 for it at the bins. And I got an offer for $27, which I accepted. Couldn't accept that quicker. And with a $1 cost from the bins, that brought my profit to $24.51. Just a reminder, guys, like, it depends on what your system is, like what you like to sell. But if you kind of sell all over the place, like I like to sell ultra high end all the way down to like a good bread and butter. And J. Jill is like something I would consider my bread and butter. It's just like great quality, forever sellable, classic styles, all of that. Pick up J. Jill. I know a lot of people walk right past it, and I get it if you're sourcing for $5 or $6, but if you are at the bins, like pick it up, guys, because people love it and people bundle with J. Jill all the time. So next up, this is a cool vintage piece, and I got this probably about a year ago at a yard sale here. I love vintage pieces, and this is a vintage dead stock Talk Soup. Do you remember Talk Soup? Was it John Henson that was the host? But I just thought this was so cool. It's like an extra large, 2XL. So I knew that this would go eventually, but it sold way slower than I thought it was gonna sell. It's got those true 90s sleeves on it too. But this is such, like, Talk Soup was such a hallmark of the 90s for me. Like, it was just something you would throw on in the background, and it was just so funny. So I had paid $4 for this at a local yard sale, and I had it listed for $35. Now I actually dropped the price on this quite a few times. I think I started this at like $60. I was out of my mind with pricing vintage sweatshirts. And I think it was because I bought this right after going to the Rose Bowl. And the Rose Bowl flea here is like, listen, if you are in LA and you are in LA around the time of a Rose Bowl flea, you absolutely must go. It's an experience. There's something to be said about being able to walk around the famous Rose Bowl stadium and junk, you know, but the one thing you do need to know about the Rose Bowl flea is that you will pay top dollar. You will pay market price. So here I am, you know, you're paying like LA captive prices where people like to be able to say that they got the Rose Bowl flea. So I think that's why I priced it as high as I did. Anyway, I ultimately had it listed for $35. I had it for about 8 months, and I got an offer for $25, which I did accept, and that left my profit at $14 even. So some lessons learned on that. Don't get ahead of yourself in pricing, Julia. But a very cool find. Nonetheless, it's just so 90s. I live. Next up was this cool little top that I found. Now, I didn't know the brand, and I just thought like the quality of the actual shirt itself is really nice, ultra soft. And I liked the branding, and the brand on this is Lightning Bolt. So come to find out that Lightning Bolt is like a surf company out of Hawaii. And I don't think, like, I know that they're not as big as something like, you know, a Billabong or O'Neill or one of the companies that we all know and love. But I mean, the quality on this really is quite nice. So I grabbed it, and I'm like, I'll just comp it later. If nothing else, I'm learning about a brand. You know, I can always chalk it up to that. So that is what I learned. And I had this for about 2 months. This is a men's shirt. My men's stuff in general, because I'm very, very selective with what I pick up for men's. In general, I'm only gonna pick up something that, maybe like if it's a true designer piece, if I find like a Ghani sweatshirt, I'm gonna pick that up. But also, I tend to stay in the outdoor brand world when it comes to men's. Prana, Viore, stuff like that. Stuff that I know will absolutely move quickly. And this kind of fell into that realm. It's a surf brand. I pick up almost no surf brands for guys because there is so much of it around here. It's 20% of what I see in the bins, honest to God. But this I was super unfamiliar with, so I grabbed it, and again, it was really nice. So I had this listed for $22 for 2 months, and I got an offer for $19, which I did accept with a $1 cost at the bins. This brought my profit to $13.76. So again, I consider that a win if I learn something about a brand. If I sell something, small profits add up. Next up, we've got a 3-piece bundle here, and I'm gonna start with the biggest piece. And this is not gonna look good at all on camera because this is one of those ones that needs to sit on a body to make sense. It's got a big smocked waist and it's a strapless dress, but the dress is by a brand called Blue Life. And again, the quality was really nice. So I picked it up. I wasn't familiar with it. The tag looked expensive. It was made in California. All kind of things that make me think pick this guy up. This is probably gonna be something worth looking at. Get that folded a little bit tighter. So that dress is right there. Very expensive brand. I wanna say that retailed for $125, $135. This is a cute little top that I got from Free People. And this is called, I don't think I ever found the name of this, but it's a cute little camisole. It could be worn as a tunic, and the top and the sides kind of lace up and tie there, so it's a little bit adjustable, which is nice. I just thought this was really cute, so I grabbed it. Just keep that like that. And then the third piece, this is probably the newest in the batch here, was this cute Free People green gauze oversized top with these huge ruffle sleeves. You see that goes all the way down the side of the shirt. Now, these 3 were extra smalls, so you don't expect them to sell super quickly because it's just a limited pool, but luckily they all found each other. And this actually goes to that little tip that I was talking about. So I use Posh Sidekick, and I don't know other virtual assistant brands. I don't know if they have the same feature, but if you are using Posh Sidekick, and again, I will link below the ship with me that I go into detail on Posh Sidekick. I really love them. I've been using them for a long time. I do have a referral link down below, and I think you get a free week. I think you get a free week trial if you want to try it out. But they have an option when they're sharing your closet. They have an option to either share by date listed, so it all kind of depends on how you like to do it, on date listed, by color, which is very aesthetically pleasing when you are looking at somebody's closet, and that's what I had mine set at for a long time. And recently I'm like, let me switch this up and try something out. And I switched to sharing by size, because I think about it, if I'm liking somebody's item in their closet, and everybody wants to see if there's something worth bundling with, right? Who doesn't want to save money on, on a good piece of clothing plus on shipping? So I started sorting by size, and my bundle sales went way up. If you are using Posh Sidekick, give it a whirl and see if that works for you, because think about it. If you are shopping on somebody's closet and you like something and you're like, okay, well, let me take a look through their closet and see if they have anything else I want to buy. Okay, great. If they have 600 items, that's about what I have. I kind of find homeostasis right about 600 items. That's a lot of items to look through to find things in your size. It's the hardest. It's the reason that so many people don't thrift shop, because it's hard to find stuff that you like in your size. So if you have everything sorted by size, all of the smalls are going to be right next to each other. All the extra smalls are going to be right next to each other. And I'm willing to bet that that's how this sold. Anyway, a couple of these I had for a very long time, and the bundle price was at $90. and the offer for that was, I'm telling you, my documentation was terrible this week with the bundles. I need to figure out a better system here. I want to say the bundle price was like 85 or so, and I got an offer for 60, which I did take. $3 cost total from the bins. That brought my profit to 45. And this is one of those ones that like, they're all extra smalls. There's some older pieces. I was ready to move them along, so very happy to get that bundle on its way. Next up, I literally just found this. This is a great dress from Tuckernuck. Oh, I just pulled this off of the line and the pockets are out. Sorry about that. Tuckernuck is one of those like bolo brands for sure. I don't know how often you're gonna find it. I know a lot of you kind of chimed in and were like excited that I found this, as I was. Because I buy a lot of stuff from Tuckernuck. Their stuff is beautifully made. This is kind of in, I wouldn't say like in the realm of cost. I want to say a lot of their stuff is made in America here, but their quality is just beautiful, and it's just this cute like black baby doll dress, and it is my size, and you can bet your bottom that I tried this on before I listed it. So I was happy to get it back out into the world, because this, I want, like Tuckernuck dresses are like $200. They're very expensive. And there's not many of them. I think that like, so this one is actually branded by Tuckernuck, and they work with a couple of other companies. And I'm pretty sure that the designs that they get are like exclusive to Tuckernuck. I don't know if Tuckernuck has a brick and mortar store. If any of you know of one, let me know. Or if they're just like a strictly online outfit, but definitely guys, a brand to be on the lookout for. So I had this guy listed for only 3 days. And I initially had it listed for like 105, and then I looked at sold comps and I changed the price. So I had it listed at 85. By the way, guys, I don't know if you are ordering these 1095 boxes. Everybody gets the 1097 boxes, which are great for bundles and bulky sweaters, but I love these kind of 1095 boxes for pieces like this that are like ever so slightly too big for the envelopes. I have all of the shipping stuff linked below, and anything from the USPS, guys, is not only free to buy, it is free to ship. So please stop spending money on shipping material when you have boxes and envelopes that can be shipped to you for free. So I had this listed at $85 for 3 days, and I got an offer for 70, which I did accept with a $1 cost from the bins. This brought my profit to $55, and I was pleased to take that. And this is, I mean, again, what a great dress. Next up is this adorable dress from Sunday Best. Now, Sunday Best is an Aritzia brand, and I've got to say, the Aritzia brands have been selling less well for me recently, with one notable exception: the Babaton kind of basics and the effortless pants, which I think are also by Babaton. Now that I think about it, they're all in there together. Those are still selling really well. Their effortless pants, oh my God, they're such a dream. They use fabulous fabrics. I want to say their pants are made of this like gorgeous Japanese crepe, and they just have the most gorgeous drape. And I mean, like, they don't wrinkle. I wore my one pair. I went to Italy with some of my girlfriends earlier in 2023, is it over a year ago? But, you know, I was in those pants for like, well, actually, I was in those pants for 2 days. That's a funny story. I forgot about that. We ended up missing our connection at JFK for reasons that I don't even want to talk about. Let's just say we got a lot reimbursed by Delta, but we missed our connection in JFK, and we had to stay overnight, but our luggage went on to Italy. So all we had were our carry-ons. So we like frankened together. It was me and two of my girlfriends. We frankened together like a makeup look. We literally, all three of us were wearing the same makeup the next day. We had to go and buy underwear, but we didn't have like new clothes. So I literally wore those for 2 days, and they looked fresh as a daisy when we landed after whatever it was, 48 hours on the way to Italy. Guys, in your carry-on, please let me have learned that lesson. In your carry-on, and I'll tell you like an embarrassing story if you want a little story time. Actually, we had to go and buy underwear in the, this is TMI, so if you don't want it, you can fast forward to, I'll let you know the timestamp. But we had to buy underwear at the airport, and they had a Victoria's Secret, and the only thing they had in this Victoria's Secret, and like, right, like nobody's doing like the lacy, uncomfortable thing that's gonna chafe after whatever, you know, like you want cotton, you want comfy. and that's all they had. The most coverage they had there was cheeky. So we all had to buy those underwear. And let's just say we were very not comfortable. My pants were comfortable, they looked great, but let's just say those panties turned to razor blades somewhere around hour 5 in the sky. And I still have them upstairs. I can't bear myself to throw them out, even though I should. I just know that they're gonna be a hilarious memory down the road when I find them tucked in the back of my underwear drawer. Anyway, guys, in your carry-on bag, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, and a fresh pair of underwear and a fresh pair of socks, guys. I can't stress that enough. I will never travel without my emergency pack again. Anyway, sorry, that was a tangent, but I thought you all would appreciate it. It is something that me and my girls still laugh about every time we see each other. So anyway, I had this listed for $30, and I had it for about 3 months. Like I said, they've been moving a little bit slower. This is also, I think, an extra small. But I got an offer for $20. I was ready to move this on, so I did accept that. With a $1 cost from the bins, this brought my profit to $15 even. So, super cute little dress though. I hope she loves it. Next up, this was one that I found. This is Free People, and this is the cutest little side tie tank top. You see that? So it's completely adjustable. I love it's super fluttery and flowy. It's just as light as a feather. This couldn't be more like boho or festival. Like I could see this at Coachella all day. But anyway, so I had this guy for about 3 months. I did find this in the middle of winter, so not super surprised that it took a minute to sell. And this is in like fabulous condition. It feels pretty much brand new, but it is, yeah, it's a size small, adorable. The name of that was, I think it was called the Sweet Love Side Tie, because sometimes it can be quite difficult to find the names of Free People pieces, because they make so many. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever gone on a Free People page and just, I mean, they must have, I would love to know what their spring and summer lines look like how many SKUs they have running at any given time. Like, so this is the kind of stuff that is of interest to me, and I love to think about like SKU blend, because I think about, you know, you have a huge amount of SKUs. What does your warehouse look like? What does your pick system look like? Like, again, welcome to the inside of my brain. I'm just a very curious person when it comes to that. Anyway, I had this guy for 3 months, and I had it listed for $28. And I got an offer for $24.92, random number, but I did accept it. And with a $1 cost of the bins, this brought my profit to $18.52. Super cute. I hope she loves it. It's summertime. That couldn't be a more summery top. Next up, another little Free People top. This is called the Traveler Tank, and this is like a linen knit, which, oh my God, I just love linen knits in this cute like mustard brown color. It's very breezy. This is again in fabulous condition. Linen Traveler Tank. I had this one flew out of my closet. I had this one listed for only 3 weeks. Again, the time is right for tank tops. People are shopping for spring and summer right now. Actually, let me know. So I start listing spring and summer probably, I mean, like I buy all year long because I'm in California. Like, that is what is available to me for the most part. I source summer all year long, but I do start to like intensify on my listings probably like end of February, early March. And when do you start? Let me know. Like, do you shop seasonally? A, and if you do shop seasonally, when do you switch over your seasons? Let us know down below. I'm interested to hear kind of how everybody else does it. There is power in numbers. Wouldn't it be cool if we could have like visibility to all of the Poshmark like sales data in terms of what's selling at what time? Like, oh God, they would make, like, forget promoted closet. They would make a fortune on letting us see the data. At least people like me. And then I could convey all of what I've learned to you because I'm a marketing data nerd. So I had this listed for 3 weeks. I had it listed for $22 and got an offer for $17, which I did accept. The $1 cost on the bins has brought my profit to $14.96. So next up here, now this is one that took a surprisingly long time to sell. This is a cute little sweater from Prana. And it is, what size is this? Size medium? It's just a cute little sweater. I've sold a million of these and they've always sold pretty quickly for a great price. And this one sat for a while. I don't know if it has to do with the color. maybe this style is kind of on its way out with Prana. And think about sporting goods brands that I find. So where your typical trend cycle, you know, for everyday clothing runs 2 to 3 years, with staple pieces like jeans tend to have about a 10-year life cycle, and then sporting goods stuff also tends to have about a 10-year life cycle, not counting Free People movement, because that is definitely more of a trend-driven activewear brand. But when you think about like Lululemon, you think about like the Align leggings. They reigned supreme for about 10 years, and now it's like the Groove leggings coming back in, or the Align flares coming back in. So maybe this is at the end of its trend cycle, not something that I would advise you to pick up, because I had this almost a year. And I had this listed for $32. And I gotta say, like the ones that I sold like this previously sold for more than I was asking for. I wanna say that they sold for like $40, $45. So I had dropped the price on this a few times. I had it listed for $32, and I did get an offer for $20, which I did accept. I was very ready to move this on. And I had this at a $3 cost from the thrift store, and that brought my profit to $13 even. So happy to move this on. It's still a great sweater. I hope she loves it. They're made with like merino wool, so they're great for like, you know, hiking where you need a lot of warmth with not a lot of bulk. It's a whole thing. So next up here, now this is one that I am so surprised took so long to sell. This is a Torrid piece. Remember back a couple weeks ago, I was talking about how Torrid has really slowed down for me, but maybe it's because this is a true summer piece. This is like a kind of a kimono, swim cover-up, long duster, but it's got this great tiered skirt, flutter sleeves, and it's with like this little clip dot, which kind of feels like a Swiss dot, but it's a little bit more pronounced. This is a size 4. I mean, just so cute. It is peach, so I'm thinking like fuzzy peach, you know, the color of the year. So this one I had for over 4 months. Guys, is anybody else having the same thing with Torrid? Everything I have right now is sitting, with very rare exceptions. Everything I have is sitting. So I had this listed for $34, and my sidekick sent out an offer for $30, and that was accepted. So super happy to move this guy on. I just can't believe how long this took to sell, because it is so cute, and it's so just like flirty. I mean, I guess it's because it's summer. So yeah, $34. Sidekick sent an offer for $30, which was accepted. I had it for over 4 months. I got this for $1 at the bins, and that brought my profit to $23 even. I hope she loves it. And finally here, we've got this 5-piece bundle. And again, guys, this is another one of these bundles that kind of popped through. So first up is this cute little super dry hoodie. You know, I've had this for a little bit, but I'm kind of like, I love Super Dry. I love their stuff. Their finishing is always really nice. Their fabrics are always so soft. So that's piece 1. Piece 2 here, we've got this cute little Brandy Melville Argyle sweater. I knew this would go really quick. It's so preppy. It's so right now. This is like, I mean, can you see this thrown just like around somebody's shoulders? Now, Brandy Melville, if you're shopping for yourself, their whole shtick is one size fits all, and apparently there's like a scathing documentary about to come out about Brandy Melville. So I am super interested to see what that is all about. But anyway, like if you are shopping and you see something that you like that is Brandy Melville, it does say it is one size. I'm telling you right now, it is not one size fits most. I'm gonna say that that is a small and a medium, if a medium. So keep that in mind if you are shopping and you find yourself liking that. If you are a large, it ain't gonna be for you. It's not gonna be for you. No Brandy Melville is gonna be for you. And that's okay. We don't have to give them our money. Sounds like they have not great business practices to start with. Next up is this great pair of Carolina Herrera jeans. I literally just found these, and these are in like new condition. I want to say that these are the rolls that came like from the factory, so maybe only worn once, but I love that they have this little like sandblasted logo on the back pocket. I just think it's so cute. Next up is this this is one of the things that my mom found, this little cloth and stone sleeveless shirt with a little raw hem. I just think this is so cute. And again, I know a lot of people don't do well with cloth and stone, so if it doesn't do well for you, please don't pick it up, but for me, it actually does very well. So I've got that, and then the final piece here is this great, another piece from my mom, J. Jill Ballet sleeve Pima cotton tee. And again, a great bread and butter find. This is like brand new condition. This is another one that like, these were all size small and small petite. This in particular is a small petite. These are sizes that are a little bit harder to sell. So I'm always happy when I can get them out the door in a bundle. You know, those Carolina Herrera jeans in particular, I probably could have held out and made more on them in a month or two. But you know, when I have an opportunity to move 5 items out the door, you know, that clears up space for inventory, makes somebody happy, gives somebody a great piece at a great price, there's no lose here. My grand total on all of the things in this box is $5. And when you think about what the cost would be on all of this, this is probably $700 worth of clothing. The total cost of the bundle, full price, I think was around $175. Again, the documentation is terrible. And the bundle like offer price was $150, and I got an offer for $125, which I absolutely accepted. Super happy about that. This is a nice big bundle. And with a $1 cost each, that brought my profit to $95 even on this. So she got some really great pieces. But that is it, guys. That is the shipment for today. It was a big old shipment, lots of bundles. Don't forget, if you are using Sidekick or if your VA has that option to change to sharing by size, give it a try. Let me know how it does for you. If you get a lot of bundle sales, like, let me know. I'm interested to see if everybody has the same effect. But guys, thank you so much for hanging with me while I get my work done. It is so fun to have somebody to talk to and to nerd out about these things. But guys, if you had fun, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to hit subscribe, leave me a comment down below, let me know about your great sales over the weekend. But without further ado, guys, have the most incredible weekend. Happy hunting, and I will see you in the next one.